Welcome back, friends. Till now we saw how to create your first Apex trigger, and now in this video I'm going to show you how to create your first test class. So we have to use test class to get sufficient coverage, because without that it will not allow us to deploy our trigger. So for that we have to go to setup and then click on develop, and here click on Apex classes, and now click on new to create your new Apex class. So this is the code editor for our Apex class. Alright, so main purpose of creating test class is to create dummy data in order for a trigger to run and deploy successfully. So it always starts with @is_test notation, and I'm creating a class right now, public class enable forecasting. So enable forecasting is our class name. It is optional. So let me define our test method. Type static void static test method void insert to user, opening closing bracket, and then opening closing curly brackets. So whenever you write a test class, you have to make sure that in a test method you have test method mentioned, and this is our method name, insert user. And now all the data which we are gonna dummy data which we are gonna write will fall under this method. So first we'll go ahead and define a variable for user object. So user u = new user, opening closing bracket, colon. So u is going to be a variable for user object. Now we will have to look for API names, and here in this area we may not be able to see all the variables, all the API names. So the best option is to go to Google and search for Salesforce standard API names. So standard API names, or let me add Salesforce. Alright, so now in the results we have to get into the first result. Alright, this screen gives a list of all the standard objects available in Salesforce. So we are looking for user object, so scroll it down a bit and click on users. Alright, we have user here, click on it, and here we have all API names available. So I will take first name as example. I'll search for first name, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy it right now and paste it in my test class. So I'll use u.firstname =, and I will enter any name like George and then semicolon, and I'll go ahead and search for last name right now. Alright, and I will copy it and paste it in my test class. And I'll give any name like Mats. Alright, similarly you can copy and paste API names if you don't remember them, but I remember them, so I'll just go ahead and type it manually. So u.username =, I'll give any username like abc@xyz.com, as this is going to be a dummy data, so you need not have to worry about it, just enter any information. And so I'll enter u.phone =, any phone number, semicolon, u.email equal sign. So email should be identical and equals to username. And I'll go ahead and add phone. I think I added phone, so I'll add profile ID because this is important if you are writing a test class for user object. So profile ID should be for the profile which is showing up over here. So in order to get a profile ID for standard user profile, we have to get into profiles under manage users. Alright, it is loading the page now. Scroll it down this list and look for standard user. Alright, we have standard user here. Click on it right now, which is available here. We just have to copy this alphanumeric number and paste it here. That is the profile ID. Alright, this is it. And now we have to go ahead and enter a DML statement, insert u. U is a variable for user object. So if you just look at this test class, we have just entered a dummy data, but there is an additional 4 line of code which we have to write whenever we create a test class for user object. You need not have to worry about it because every time you create a test class for user object, you have to include these 4 lines of codes. So you need not have to memorize it. Just copy and paste it here. Okay, I think I have entered something incorrectly. Okay, here instead of entering equal sign, I entered colon, so I'll just go ahead and replace it with equal sign. And now I'm going to go ahead and save it. Alright, we have our test class ready now. I will go ahead and click on Run Test at the top. Alright. Okay, there is an X mark. I think we are missing some information here. Okay, I forgot to add alias over here. So I will just go ahead and edit this and then add alias. So I'll type u.alias equals ABC, or we can type anything over here. Anyways, it is going to be a dummy data. I'm going to go ahead and save it now. And now let me see the result. Alright, our test class and test methods passed. So now let us see the code coverage. I'm refreshing this screen with a trigger. Alright, so if we see code coverage is now showing up as 100%, that means that our trigger is ready for deployment. Alright. So in our next videos, we are going to learn some more wonderful features. Thank you.